Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. Let's start this video off with a recent update from Andrew Jacked and Stephane Matala live in Dubai. And honestly, these guys look like two action figures posing down in the gym. But Andrew says Stephane is definitely more impressive in person than he is online. But I'm pretty sure we all knew that. Now, Stephane should be making his pro debut with the Portugal Pro in 4 weeks, as long as he's able to make weight. I've heard some people say he has 20 pounds to lose. I've heard some people say he only has 10 to lose. So take that for what it's worth, guys. And Andrew Jacked is about 10 weeks out from the Texas Pro, but he should be over in the USA soon to start back working with Psycho Lewis. And I did say that maybe Stephane should just go up to open and compete with the big boys, but I may need to rethink that statement, seeing him next to Andrew Jacked. But then again, Andrew is one of the biggest and best bodybuilders in the sport, but he literally looks twice the size of Stephane. Andrew looks like an absolute monster next to this guy, the Incredible Hulk. But shout out to Stephane Matala for even posing next to Andrew, because I'm pretty sure a lot of pros would have just kept their shirt on. Now let's switch over to Nick Walker. Nick is currently out in Canada doing an event with HD Muscle, and he decided to pose down with some fans. And I think Nick giving the fans an opportunity to pose down with him shirtless is really great. You don't really see a lot of pros do this. A lot of guys stay really covered up at these events. And didn't Nick Walker's last sponsor say he really didn't want to do meet and greets or get a passport? But either way, Nick Walker looks like he's really enjoying himself out here in Canada. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to bring to this year's Olympia. Nick Walker is not going to streamline his physique anymore. They want full, they want the freak factor. Nick Walker is going to give that to us at this year's Olympia. Now let's switch over to William Bonac. And Bonac almost got me with his update. I thought it was recent, but I scrolled back a little bit. This was from his Arnold Classic prep. And it makes me wonder, what is next for William Bonac? Following the Arnold Classic, he said that he would see us next year. And personally, I took that as we may not see Bonac compete again until the 2024 Arnold Classic. But then again, who knows? Bonac was 9th place at the Mr. Olympia, so if he wants to compete at this year's Olympia, he does have to win a pro show. Now let's switch over to Andrea Presti, who posted updates ahead of the Impro Classic. Andrea is going to try to knock out Michael Krizo at this show to earn his qualification for the Mr. Olympia. Either way the show goes, I believe Presti will be in that top 3. But we haven't seen Presti on stage since the Mr. Olympia, and this is a guy that really likes to compete. So if he doesn't win the Impro Classic, don't be surprised if he continues to compete. Now let's switch over to Breon Ansley, who recently posted up an update. The update on the right is from a few weeks ago when Breon did a guest posing. And I watched Breon's last YouTube video. He said he will start prep for the Mr. Olympia really soon. And that makes me wonder, did someone already confirm to Breon behind the scenes that he's going to get a special invite? Because I don't think that Breon would just start prepping in hopes of getting a special invite. But then again, who knows? But Breon Ansley will start his 212 prep very soon for the Mr. Olympia. Now let's switch over to Chris Bumstead, 4-time Olympia champion in the Classic Physique division. And honestly, these updates are just mostly for you guys to see if you haven't seen them already. Chris posts up an image and it gets 3 million likes in 2 hours. But Chris is looking pretty good in the offseason. I don't really have much to say because I believe Chris is the standard for the Classic Physique division. As long as Chris Bumstead shows up to the Olympia, he's going to win. And there's nothing against the competition. I believe Chris Bumstead is just too far ahead. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think? Even though I'm pretty sure we're all going to agree, Chris Bumstead is in a league of his own. But maybe someone thinks Ramon Dino can knock him off. Or maybe the next guy we're going to talk about, Urs Kalecinski, who definitely put on some size this offseason. But did he put that size on the arms? The arms definitely look more full on the right. Maybe this was post-arm day. But it's definitely still a work in progress for Urs Kalecinski. But following last year's Arnold Classic, Urs Kalecinski went and got 2 pro wins, Boston and Kuwait. But following this year's Arnold, it looks like he shut it down and just focused on this year's Olympia. So Urs Kalecinski really wants to move up in placings, maybe take out Ramon Dino and be battling it out with Chris Bumstead for their Classic Physique Olympia title. But let's go ahead and wrap up today's video here with the archive of the day. It's been a little while since we've done one of these. So why not my favorite bodybuilder of all time? Let me know in the comment section below which show was this picture taken at. And I'll give you guys a hint. It wasn't the Mr. Olympia. As always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Krishan from Go Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.